Shiesty beef has escalated to a point of no return.
When Pooh Shiesty finally stepped out of federal custody, everybody assumed he and Gucci Mane were about to pick up right where they left off. But listen to this. What happened next sent shockwaves through the entire internet. Shy just posted a disturbing clip involving Gucci Mane, and this all came right after robbery rumors and a kidnapping storyline that sounded straight out of a street film. Hold up, because the streets have been buzzing, and this situation is beyond wild. The rise and the red flags started showing early. When Pooh Shiesty touched down from the feds in October 2025, the rap world was watching closely, no exaggeration. This was the Memphis shooter who had crushed the charts with his platinum smash Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, a record that peaked at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and dominated the streets for months, while his debut project Shiesty Season debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, announcing to the industry that Memphis had produced another certified hitmaker with real motion nationwide. Standing directly behind that explosive rise was Gucci Mane himself. The Atlanta trap legend signed Pooh Shiesty to his 1017 Records imprint in 2020, putting his name and credibility on the line because he believed in Shy's raw talent and authentic street presence enough to vouch for him publicly across the industry. But what unfolded in the weeks and months after Shy walked out those federal doors would have social media spiraling, revealing fractures in what everyone thought was an unbreakable Big Brother bond, and eventually leading to allegations so extreme they sounded more like fiction than reality. To really understand how things spiraled into total chaos, you've got to rewind all the way back to the start, to the foundation of this entire relationship. Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty officially teamed up in 2020 after the young Memphis rapper caught the attention of the 1017 boss. At that point, Shy was bubbling off early records that carried a gritty authenticity reminiscent of Gucci's own come-up days. This wasn't just a contract signing or a business move. It felt like a generational handoff within trap music, you feel me? Their first collaboration, Still Remember, dropped in June 2020 with a visual that introduced Shy to Gucci's massive audience. They followed it up later that year with Who Is Him, another video that made it clear the chemistry between the OG and the young star was genuine. By October 2020, Shy had earned his spot on 1017 Loaded, appearing alongside Gucci and fellow label artists like Fujiano, Big Scar, and Enchanting. The momentum rolled straight into 2021 when they released the visual for Ugly, a high-energy trap record that proved their creative connection was real pressure. When Shiesty Season started dominating the charts, Gucci made a move that had the whole culture talking. He gifted Shy a slime green Jeep Trackhawk for his birthday. That moment went viral instantly and seemed to cement their relationship as something deeper than just label ties. But beneath all the success, tension was quietly building in ways nobody saw coming at the time. You dig? On October 9, 2020, the same year he signed to 1017, Pooh Shiesty reportedly pulled up to the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida, in a rented lime green McLaren to meet individuals for a deal involving loud, lean, and designer sneakers. What happened next would permanently alter his career path. According to federal prosecutors, Shy inspected the items, then allegedly pulled out a Draco and fired, striking one of the sellers before fleeing in the McLaren, while a Louis Vuitton bag containing $40,125 in cash fell from the vehicle, money investigators later connected to Shy after matching serial numbers from a $100 bill he had shown on Instagram days earlier. Then came the Memorial Day weekend incident in 2021 at the King of Diamonds strip club in northwest Miami-Dade County. Things reportedly escalated after cash fell from his pocket. As security escorted him out, Shy allegedly discharged a firearm toward the ground, striking a security guard in the ankle. On January 4, 2022, Pooh Shiesty entered a guilty plea to federal conspiracy to possess firearms in furtherance of violent crimes and drug trafficking. That April, a judge sentenced him to 63 months in federal prison. The plea deal eliminated 3 additional federal charges and resulted in the state strip club case being dismissed entirely. And through it all, Gucci Mane stood firm behind his artist. During Shiesty's sentencing, Gucci reportedly spoke on his behalf, showing loyalty even as Shiesty faced the consequences of his actions.
Yeah,
Shiesty, he home. He's still on the label.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Shiesty, I got big plans for Shiesty, man.
Yeah.
That's who I've been waiting on, Shiesty.
Yeah.
So we finna go up through there now. And Pooh finna come out too, and I got big plans for him too. I got to just execute these
Everything
plans.
right on time.
Bro, it's very exciting times now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on them, I can't lie.
Those comments from Gucci made it seem like a boss who had been patiently waiting for his franchise player to return and pick up right where they left off, ready to reclaim their run together. Shy officially landed back home on October 7th, 2025, after serving about 3 years with time served and good behavior factored in. Gucci immediately hit Instagram full of excitement, publicly saluting his return and dubbing him the main slime.
Gucci came home and that motivated me too because I took notes from there, how he switched it up, how he toned up, got fit, got his mind healthy, took notes in there every way, so that motivated me to move how I'm moving toward today too, so he showed that it can be done, all you gotta do is want it. Got sobered up, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the similar traits because I realized that he woke up when he was in there, you know what I'm saying? He really woke up.
Everything looked like it was lining up perfectly. No weird vibes. The OG had really held things down while his young star sat behind those walls. Now it felt like they were about to spin the block and take over the game all over again. But listen to this. The culture was about to learn the hard way that appearances can be deceiving, and the real damage had been set in motion long before Shiesty ever walked free. The split and the smoke. To understand just how ugly the fallout between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty became, you first have to rewind to the tragedy that shook the entire 1017 Records family. While Shiesty was still doing time, Big Scar, born Alexander Woods, was far more than just another name on Gucci's roster. That was his blood cousin, a bond that ran way deeper than the usual boss and artist dynamic. The young Memphis spitter had been earning his keep on 1017, showing up strong on records like So Icy Boys and proving himself with raw talent and non-stop grind. On December 22nd, 2022, Big Scar passed away at only 22 years old from an accidental overdose involving prescription pain medication while at his girlfriend's place in Memphis. Those meds were tied to a 2020 shooting where a bullet traveled up his spine, forcing doctors to operate and even remove his appendix. Gucci took to Instagram to grieve publicly, calling him his secret weapon as love poured in from across the industry. But for Pooh Shiesty, stuck in federal custody and unable to attend the funeral or properly mourn his little cousin, that loss hit on a whole different level.
That's in a way, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but to this day, I still ain't really got over that, you know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin, I was there, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more, So me coming home to that, being in there when you hear a death and, you get the bad news, it don't feel real, especially without you being able to go to a funeral or see him right there. So it just it's like a whole different world in there. So it ain't feel real, but me getting out here not being able to see him or call him or him to tell me welcome home, still messing with me up for real. So I ain't really got over it yet.
The loss by itself could have stressed any bond, but hold up. What happened next was the real breaking point after Big Scar passed. A loud, messy public beef erupted, and it centered around funeral costs. Scar's camp accused Gucci Mane of promising to handle the full bill, reportedly around $60,000, but only putting up $10,000, with Atlantic Records matching that same amount. That left the family to cover the remaining $40,000 out of Scar's life insurance. And yeah, that had people beyond heated.
Passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. Gucci talking about some flowers and 10K. He ain't paid for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't paid for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He want all 4 chains back. He ain't getting no Girl, fuck them receipts. Don't nobody give a fuck about them receipts showing no 20K. I'm telling y'all what the fuck I think. It's on a receipt for 10K that we get. What the fuck? She just trying to clear up her husband's name, and he ain't trying to come to us and talk to us as a man.
The accusations landed heavy, fam. Not only was Gucci accused of coming up short on what he supposedly promised for the funeral, but the family also claimed he asked for Big Scar's 1017 chains back. For people drowning in grief with a cousin locked in the feds and unable to speak for himself, that move felt like the ultimate betrayal. Gucci's wife, Keisha Kawar, jumped online with receipts showing a combined $20,000 paid by Gucci and the label in an effort to clear his name. Big Scar's father later spoke out on Instagram, defending Gucci and saying the whole situation stemmed from a misunderstanding involving Scar's mother. But by then, the damage was already done, especially in the public opinion and even deeper in Pooh Shiesty's mind. Hold up though, because the tension between Gucci Mane and Shiesty didn't happen in isolation. It was tangled up in a much older conflict that had been simmering for more than a decade. The long-standing friction between Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti. That rivalry really sparked back in 2012 when both artists planned drops on October 17th, a date that carried real weight for Gucci because it represented his 1017 brand. What should have been light competition between two Southern heavyweights quickly turned personal, and once it crossed that line, there was no turning back.
That you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he ain't say my name. He just like, why would a rapper do it? But, you know, shit, want nobody shit coming out but mine on the same day. So, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'll take you for it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let him get to that.
The bombshell rumor that Yo Gotti had been involved with Keisha Kayore around the same time Gucci was getting serious with her poured gasoline on a fire that was already burning, turning industry tension into deeply personal beef. And hold up, because according to multiple sources, Gucci strategically signing Memphis artists like Pooh Shiesty wasn't random at all. It was a calculated get-back, a quiet chess move aimed straight at Yo Gotti's territory.
I don't think they were war tactics.
What?
What Gucci was doing, locking down Atlanta, signing everybody in Atlanta when he got into it with Jeezy, locking that city down, got into it with Gotti, signed the whole Memphis. Now they can't mess with him. Now all the
who did he sign from Memphis? He signed Pooh Shiesty.
He signed like 9 artists from Memphis. Everybody he dropped was Memphis artists.
The artists who got dropped included Matt Critter and Kato 2X from Memphis, Brennan out of Chattanooga, FTO Set from Memphis, Hot Boy West from Texas, and Big Walk Dog from Mississippi. A huge chunk of them came straight from Memphis, the exact city Gucci was allegedly targeting to weaken Yo Gotti's grip on his hometown. And now, with Pooh Shiesty freshly out the feds, all these storylines were about to clash in a way nobody could have predicted. The allegations and fallout. In the weeks after Shiesty returned from federal custody, people really paying attention noticed some subtle but significant shifts in the public dynamic between him and Gucci Mane. First was the strange disappearance of Gucci's Welcome Home Instagram post, deleted without explanation. Then came Shiesty's highly anticipated single, FDO, which debuted at number 12 on the Hot 100, proving he still had major commercial pull after years behind bars. But what had everybody talking wasn't the charts, it was the lyrics and the silence. In FDO, Shiesty showed love to Yo Gotti, but left Gucci Mane completely unmentioned, sparking a firestorm of speculation about where his real loyalties were. Fans dissected lines like, "I got where I'm from, got Yo Gotti" to a Drake, and started connecting dots about Shiesty leaning toward the CMG camp. Then came the bombshell that broke the internet. According to Tasha K, Pooh Shiesty allegedly orchestrated a kidnapping plot against Gucci Mane, holding him at gunpoint to force the signing of 107 Records release papers. The rumor was that this would clear the path for Shiesty to slide over to Yo Gotti's CMG label. Tasha K stressed that everything was alleged and sourced from someone close to the situation. Once it hit X on January 18, 2026, the story exploded across social media, hip-hop blogs, and YouTube channels. People started speculating that the whole ordeal came from Shiesty being fed up with his 107 deal, with some even comparing it to a Death Row Records 2.0 scenario because of allegedly shady contract terms. Then came Hernandez Govan, the man who had beat charges in the Young Dolph murder conspiracy case, chiming in with wild allegations. He called out Gucci's Memphis signings, Yo Gotti's history with Keisha Kayor, and Shiesty's rumored exit from 1017. His words were like gasoline on a fire already burning hot, connecting all the dots for the streets and the internet alike. Man, oh man, this was messy, personal, and explosive. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 1017 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shakeup and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh, Shiesty, and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract.
They saying my boy got jacked for his wedding ring, watch, and chain. Hold up, when did this turn into a season finale? Alright, let me break it down slow because the internet be skipping context. This is Cy Nash allegedly spilling the tea. A few viral Instagram clips started circulating, then YouTuber Cy Nash dropped a video claiming Gucci Mane supposedly got robbed of his wedding ring and watch after some confrontation with Shiesty and his crew. The word on the street was, even after Gucci supposedly signed the release papers, the group still ran his pockets for pieces worth millions of dollars combined. Things got messier when rumors said Pooh Shiesty was snatched back shortly after his release for probation violations, including appearing in music videos. Some people were tying this arrest to the alleged Gucci incident, with unverified whispers that Keisha Kaur might have informed Shiesty's parole officer. $400 worth of jewelry? Yeah, people were talking about it in the video. Come on, man. Nah, hell no. Can I go, man? Nah, that ain't going to see the light of day. Chill out, man. That footage is buried. Daddy, come on, bro. I just need my half a meal. But you feel what's going on. Shiesty's legal situation was later clarified. He wasn't arrested, but was going through a halfway house program as part of his supervised release. The Bureau of Prisons listing had fans confused, showing him at the Residential Re-Entry Management Facility in Dallas, with full supervision ending April 11, 2026. Is it official? Is Pooh Shiesty CMG now, or are we waiting on more info? He's not CMG just yet, but credible sources say it's cooking, and he could join Yo Gotti's collective soon. That's about to shake the game. One thing I can guarantee, you won't see Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty on a track or photo together again. Never. Yo Gotti's been publicly showing Shiesty love since he touched down, posting videos and being spotted together in Paris footage. The optics tell a story words can't. The OG got played, the young boy switched sides, and the rival came out on top. Latest reports say neither Gucci Mane nor Pooh Shiesty has officially addressed the kidnapping and robbery rumors. No police reports, no statements, no confirmed journalism. What's left? A tornado of social media speculation, YouTube commentary, and claims from sources with varying credibility. The relationship between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty looks fully broken. Deleted Instagram posts, missing shoutouts in FDO, and public accusations all point to a fracture that might never heal. For Gucci Mane, this is another chapter in a career marked by highs and backstabs. People point to struggles keeping artists, with some calling 1017 a cursed label after Big Scar, Enchanting, and multiple others caught cases. Losing Shiesty, arguably his last big star, could shift his path from artist to executive. For Pooh Shiesty, the road is still unclear. His commercial appeal is strong, as FDO proved, but legal trouble and public controversy create problems talent alone can't solve. If the CMG rumors are true, he'd join a structured label with connections, but also a boss with controversy and federal heat in his history. At the center of all this is a cold truth. In hip-hop, loyalty is currency, but it can be spent, borrowed, or stolen. What started as a mutual respect relationship between OG and Youngblood has turned unrecognizable, a cautionary tale about business, family, and revenge colliding in rap. The streets are watching, the industry is watching, and somewhere in the chaos, the truth is waiting to surface. Love this video? Click on this card for more.